coming to the medicinal crops, here in case of medicinal crops, the major important medicinal, there are few around 20 to 25 medicinal crops. The important you have to remember is that the medicinal constituent, the scientific information, that means the family, chromosome number, origin and all those things, and the medicinal constituent and the constituent which is used for. Okay, on that basis we will start the first crop, that is aloe vera. In general, the name stands with only aloe, okay, not with the vera. Aloe is the name. It is originated in South Africa. Don't get confused. Aloe vera originated in South Africa, and there are different species of aloe. Okay, if I say about the species, the first species is Aloe barbadensis. Okay, it is called as true aloe. Okay, Aloe barbadensis is called as true aloe. The aloe which is grown in India is called as aloe vera. Okay, so that is Indian aloe. Clear? Aloe barbadensis is the true aloe. Indian aloe is aloe vera. And then we have Cape aloe, that is Aloe ferox, F-E-R-O-X, that is Cape aloe, C-A-P-E, Cape aloe. And then we have Scotrine aloe, S-O-C-O-T-R-I-N, Scotrine aloe, that is Aloe perry, P-E-R-R-Y-I. I'm just saying this just for your information. You just remember the one name, aloe vera, that is Indian aloe. Which among the following is the Indian aloe? Then that is aloe vera is an Indian aloe. And then which among the following is an true aloe? That is Aloe barbadensis. 2n is equal to 40. Okay, 2n is equal to 40. Coming to the economical importance of this crop, the thick epidermis of the crop yields the aloe drug. Okay, the aloe drug. Remember, the thick epidermis is the aloe drug, whereas the mucilaginous gel, whatever you get, which is used in the cosmetic industry, which is obtained by the parenchymatous tissue. Okay. Yesterday also we had one parenchyma word coming. In which crop?
Sir,
in which crop? Yeah. Why? What was the importance of that? Cortical parenchyma.
Cortical parenchyma tissue.
Yeah, you are not supposed to damage them in order to retain volatile oils, right? Same here also. The parenchymatous tissues are generally the source of aloe mucilaginous gel, whereas the aloe drug is generally obtained from epidermis tissue. Clear? Coming to the aloe drug, the major chemical constituent of aloe drugs are anthroglycosides. Okay, you must remember them. Anthroglycosides. These anthroglycosides includes glycosides. The important glycoside is barbolin. Clear? Anthroglycosides are the medicinal property of, or the medicinal constituent of aloe vera or Aloe barbadensis. They include barbolin and aloe emodins. E-M-O-D-I-N. Clear? If someone asks you about glucomanons are the important source of, they are also the important source of aloe vera. Aloe vera are also used in the extraction of glucomanons. Okay, glucomanons, polysaccharides, they are also polysaccharides, right? We have galactose, we have xylose, we have arabinose, these are all the polysaccharides, right? These polysaccharides are used in the extraction of glucomanons. Glucomanons word is also related to aloe vera. And then this plant is also called as burn, fire or the burn up plant. Why it is called so? Because it is used in the cosmetic industry for the burnings. If any burning issues or burning injuries, then aloe vera is generally applied. Aloe vera is also a laxative. It has a laxative property. Okay. Other than its cosmetic industry use, its medicinal properties are: one, it is used in the burning sensations in the burning injuries, and other properties, the laxative property. The chemical constituent of aloe vera is aloin, A-L-O-I-N. I was saying you the drug, right, from the epidermis tissue. The epidermis tissues yield the aloe. Aloins are generally used as a laxative property. Okay, you might be knowing about the different names. What is laxative, carbonative, all those things, right? It's your basic terminologies. All you have to read it once. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Then coming to the major different propagation aspects, they are propagated through root suckers. Okay, crop is harvested after 8 months. Okay, and then we have two important varieties. You must remember the variety name, Sim Sheetal. Coming to its chemical constituent, I was saying about what I was discussing. I was saying about the propagation, right? Propagation is through root suckers. Okay, and it is harvested after 8 months. Coming to its variety, Sim Sheetal. Sim Sheetal is the one important variety you must remember. Okay, it is a clonal selection. Aloe vera has a property of laxative, and also the aloe vera generally used in case of preparation of acetones. Okay, acetones. The laxative property you have to remember, or a purgative property. Both remains the same. That means they are used in reducing your flatulence. They are used in reducing the body flatulence. Okay, flatulence means the gas formation, right? They are like, and then you must also remember aloe vera is also anti-inflammatory, and also aloe vera is the anti-cholesterol. Okay, aloe vera is also anti-cholesterol. Aloe vera is also anti-inflammatory. This is all about the aloe vera. And other
Will you explain
important,
the laxative one?
yeah, laxative purgative means which reduces the body flatulence. Okay, body gas formations. Okay, imbalance in the stomach can be reduced with the help of these laxative chemicals.
Sir, carminative means what, sir? What is carminative?
Carminatives are also the same. Carminative, laxative, purgative are also the same, which have indirect effect or on a direct effect of reducing the body flatulence. Okay, that means the body gas formation, which makes your stomach or a abdomen or a bowel free. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Coming to the other important crop, that is ashwagandha. Ashwagandha, we have two types of ashwagandha. One is Withonia somnifera, another one is Withonia congulans. Withonia somnifera and Withonia congulans both have a chromosome number of 2n is equal to 48. Okay, the drug extracted from ashwagandha is Withonion or somniferin. Okay, the drug extracted from the ashwagandha is Withonion or somniferin. Okay, the root alkaloid, the economical part here in case of ashwagandha is roots. Roots are the economical part, and the root alkaloid content is very much important. You must remember the alkaloid content of all the medicinal crops. The alkaloid content of roots in case of ashwagandha is 0.13 to 0.31. Easy to remember, 0.13 to 0.31. Clear? Generally, these ashwagandhas are used for the sexual disabilities. Okay, they are generally used as a aphrodisiac property, which enhances the male potency, which enhances the sexual properties. They are used for the sexual debilities. Okay, they are originated in India. So Indian origin crop, you have to remember, ashwagandha is originated in India, belongs to family Solanaceae. Okay, we have two varieties. One is Poshita, another one is Rakshita. Okay, Poshita and Rakshita are the varieties of ashwagandha, other than Jawar Ashkan 20 that you might be knowing. Jawar Ashkan 20, other than that, Poshita and Rakshita are the varieties which are released from Simap now. Okay, harvested after 150 to 170 days, that means 5 to 6 months. Duration of ashwagandha is 5 to 6 months. Another important aspect in case of ashwagandha is grading aspects. Okay, we have major 4 grades: grade A, grade B, grade C, and lower grade. These are the 4 grades you must remember: grade A, grade B, grade C, and the lower grade. What is the factors of grade A? Grade A has 7 centimeter length and 1 to 1.5 centimeter diameter. Okay, grade A has 7 centimeter length and 1 to 1.5 centimeter diameter, whereas grade B has 5 centimeter length with a 1 centimeter diameter. Grade C has small root pieces of 3 to 4 centimeter length. Okay, whereas lower grade has very small minute pieces. Clear? Grade A has 7 centimeter and 1.5 centimeter diameter. Grade B has 5 centimeter and 1 centimeter diameter. So grade C has 3 to 4 centimeter diameter, so length, and 1 centimeter diameter, whereas lower grades are small root pieces. Methoniferin, somniferin are the chemical constituent. Okay. Other than this, this all about. This is also called as wonder herb. Okay. If sometimes they ask in plasters, if you find there are synonymous names for that, I don't know from where they have got that, but somewhere we can also remember the wonder herb. Okay, wonder herb is also called to ashwagandha. Another important medicinal crop, senna. Okay, senna is the one important medicinal crop. You must remember, several times it has been asked. Cassia angustifolia, Cassia aquitifolia. There are 2 types of senna. One is angustifolia, another one is aquitifolia. Belongs to family Leguminosae. Okay, belongs to family Leguminosae, originated in South Africa. South African origin, legumina senna, Cassia angustifolia and Cassia aquitifolia. Okay, what is the major properties of senna? Medicinal property, the best laxative. If I ask you about pick one among the best laxative, then you must go for senna. It doesn't mean that in case of medicinal crops, the major confusing factor is there will be several options for an individual crop. If I say ashwagandha, it also has, aloe vera, it also has a laxative property. Then senna also laxative property. Then picking the answer becomes very difficult, right? So in that factor, you must go for senna. If I say about best laxative, then senna. The best hypertensive reducing property, then sarpagandha, right? Those has to be differentiated. The best from the medicinal plant, you have to pick it out. Okay, sennasoids are the chemical constituents which we extract. The economical part of the plants are leaves and pods. Okay, leaves and pods are the major economical parts. Senna, Cassia angustifolia and Cassia aquatifolia. Okay, laxative, purgative, it is also a laxative and purgative. It is the bowel movement, as I said earlier. Okay, reduces the constipation in general, if I want to say. Okay, I was talking to you about two species. One is angustifolia and aquatifolia, right? You must remember. Anita Nalkande, can you please mute? Thank you. Yeah, we have Cassia angustifolia and Cassia aquatifolia. Angustifolia is generally called as Tiruvanavelli senna. Okay, angustifolia is called as Tiruvanavelli senna. Okay, which is originated in South Africa. Remember, the Cassia angustifolia is Tiruvanavelli senna, whereas Cassia aquatifolia is called as Alexandrian senna. Okay, make a note of this, it's very much important. The Alexandrian senna is Cassia aquatifolia, whereas Cassia angustifolia is called as Tiruvanavelli senna. Okay, sennasoid content is around 4 to 4.5% in case of Cassia aquatifolia. Cassia aquatifolia has a sennasoids of around 4 to 4.5%, and it is also called as Alexandrian senna. Okay, and the angustifolia is Tiruvanavelli senna. Coming to the angustifolia, I was talking to you about aquatifolia, right? Aquatifolia is also called as Alexandrian senna.
Alexandrian senna.
Yeah, it has 4 to 4.5%, whereas the angustifolia, the roots, the pods has around 2.5 to 4.5%. Okay, 2.5 to 4.5% in case of angustifolia, whereas aquatifolia, which has a higher amount of sennasoids, 4.5%. You must remember the three varieties here. Okay, very important varieties. One is ALFT2. Okay, ALFT2 is the one variety, and the another variety is Sona. Sona and ALFT2. Okay, what is the major advantage of this ALFT2 is that is exclusively grown for leaf purpose. Okay, exclusively grown for leaf purposes, ALFT2, propagated through seeds. Clear? Other than ALFT and Sona, we have KKM1 also. KKM1, ALFT2 and Sona. Okay, sennasoids, leaves and pods are the economical parts, laxative property. Aquatifolia, angustifolia, Alexandrian senna and Tiruvanavelli senna. Here. Then coming to the another important one, that is Coleus. Okay, Coleus, scientific name is Coleus fuscoli. Sorry, Coleus fuscoli, or it is also called as Coleus barbatus. Okay, Coleus fuscoli is also called as Coleus barbatus. Belongs to family Lamiaceae. Okay, belongs to family Lamiaceae, Indian origin. Economical part is tuberous root. The economical part of all the medicinal part is very much important. We don't call it as an edible part, we call it as an economical part. The economical part is tuberous root. Okay, the major chemical constituent of Coleus is fuscolin. Okay, Coleus is highly used for hypertension, glaucoma, asthma. Okay, Coleus is used for asthma and glaucoma. If you heard about epilepsy, then you must go for Coleus. Sometimes they may ask epilepsy, it is also related to a lung disease, I hope. Then you can go for epilepsy is related to Coleus. Okay, and coming to the constituent, I was saying about fuscolin is the constituent. The fuscolin content is 0.1 to 0.8%. 0.1 to 0.8% of fuscolin. Okay, propagated through terminal cuttings. Remember, propagated through terminal cuttings of 10 to 12 centimeter. Propagated to terminal cuttings of 10 to 12 centimeter. Crop duration of Coleus is 180 days. 180 days crop duration, propagated through terminal cuttings of 10 to 12 centimeter. Coming to the varieties, we have three important varieties. One is Co1, another one is K8, another one is I-series. Among all of them, I-series is very much important variety. AISIRI, I-series is very much important variety because it has the fuscolin content of 0.5 to 0.7. Clear? It has a Pascaline content of 0.5 to 0.7%. Why it is very much important? In general, all the varieties yields very low Pascaline content, 0.1 to 0.8, right? But this variety has a higher amount of oil, Pascaline yielding. So that is 0.7% released from UAS Bangalore. This is all about the coleus. Okay, coleus. The important is hypertension and asthma and epilepsy, and its varieties, propagations, and its chemical constitution. Coming to other important one, that is medicinal solanum. Okay, medicinal solanum, scientifically Solanum cashianum or Solanum verum. Okay, Solanum cashianum or Solanum verum, synonymous name, belongs to family Solanaceae, Indian origin. Once again, you must remember it is Indian origin, whereas coleus is also an Indian origin. Solanum, medicinal solanum, Solanum cashianum or verum, belongs to family Solanaceae, Indian origin. 2n is equal to 24. What is the major use of this? Solocedins. Okay, and the economical part of this crop is berries. Berries are the economical parts. Okay, these solocedins are used as substitute to diastenin. Okay, diastenin, what are diastenin? There are steroidal hormones, right? Synthesis of steroidal hormones. Diastenins are used in synthesis of steroidal hormones. So solocedins are extracted from the berries. They are substitutes to the diastenin. Clear? And these diastenins are used in the preparation of contraceptive pills. Okay, contraceptive pills. We have two varieties here. Do remember the varietal wealth here. It's very much important. Arka Sanjeevini, which belongs to medicinal solanum, Arka Mahima, and Glaxomutant. All these three varieties, the important varietal character I will say you. Arka Sanjeevini, as the name indicates, it is diploid. Sanjeevini is a diploid. Okay, intervarietal hybrid. Okay, it is not an interspecific here. It is intervarietal hybrid. The intervarietal hybrid of medicinal solanum is Arka Sanjeevini, crossed between Glaxomutant into bark mutant. It is crossed between two varieties. The varieties are Glaxomutant into bark mutant. Okay, Arka Sanjeevini is diploid. Coming to Arka Mahima, as the name indicates, Mahima, bigger one. So it is a tetraploid. Okay, Mahima is tetraploid. Mahima is tetraploid. And other variety is Glaxomutant, that is spineless variety. Glaxomutant is spineless variety. Propagated through seeds. Okay, seeds contain highest amount of, that means fruits contain highest amount of solocedins, 70 to 75%. Okay, in the fruits, seeds has a highest portion. 60% of the seeds contain solocedins. Okay, crop is 6 months durated. This is all about medicinal solanum. And the next important medicinal crop is Isabgol. Okay, so Isabgol, scientifically Plantago ovata, belongs to family Plantageneaceae. Okay, it is also called as psyllium. If someone asks you about psyllium, don't get confused. It is psyllium. Okay, the economical part of psyllium is seed and husk. In general, husk of the seeds. Husk is the economical part. The right answer is husk. Okay, why it is used? It has a water retention capacity of 40 to 60%. Okay, it has a water retention capacity of 40 to 60%. Husk has the water retention capacity of 40 to 60%. If it is having a water retention capacity, you can clearly correlate to the medicinal use. It is used for anti-diarrhea. Okay, in order to reduce the chronic dysenteries, because it absorbs the amount of water from the in the bowl, so that the dysentery or a diarrhea can be reduced. It is an anti-diarrheal drug. The anti-diarrheal medicinal crop is Isabgol, the best option. Okay, seeds are cooling and also demulcent. That means the body, it makes the body cool. Another important is husk yields xylanose, arbutinose, and galacturonic acid. All these things are polysaccharides, right? If someone asks you about xylanose, arbutinose, medicinal plant, along with the aloe vera, Isabgol is also one. In case of Isabgol, it is a stemless annual herb. Remember, the stemless annual herb is Isabgol. Okay, that you have to remember. The husk is odorless and the tasteless. If you taste the husk and if you smell, it is odorless and tasteless. Clear? Coming to the varietal wealth here, you must remember the three varieties, very much important varieties. One is Mayuri, Nimisha, and Niharika. Mayuri, Nimisha, Niharika are the varieties of Isabgol. Don't remember their particular characters. It's enough to remember Mayuri, Nimisha, and Niharika. Remember the name Mayuri, Nimisha, and Niharika are the varieties.
Glucosides are present in the Isabgols.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Na? Xylulose, arabinose, galactose acid, all these polysaccharides. Glucose is not the one. Okay. Xylulose, arabinose, and galactose acids are present.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then we have another important one is Plantago ovata and Plantago cilium, right? The one which is grown in India is Plantago ovata. The Plantago ovata which is grown in India, whereas Plantago cilium it is not grown in India. It is introduced from Persia. Isabgol is
Sir.
introduced from Persia. Yes.
सर इसबगोल में हस्क और सीड का रेशियो क्या है?
Yeah, I will say that. The husk and seed ratio in case of Isabgol is 25:75. Husk कम होता है, whereas seeds ज्यादा होता है. ठीक है? If you consider on that basis, the husk to seed ratio is 25:75. Husk will be lesser in amount when compared to the seed, right? It's automatically we can correlate 25:75, and you have to remember the absorption ratio also 40 to 60%. It is indigenous to Persia and Africa. Okay. It is not an Indian origin. Another important medicinal crop is glory lily, scientifically Gloriosa superba. Okay, belongs to family Colchicinaceae or Liliaceae. Okay, origin is tropical Asia and Africa. Origin is Africa and Asia. Gloriosa superba, it is diploid in nature, whereas Gloriosa rothschildiana, ROTHI, rothschildiana is an octoploid. 2n is equal to 88. The octoploid species of glory lily is Gloriosa rothschildiana. Okay, as you all know, glory lily, the economical part is tubers and seeds. Okay, the main economical parts are seeds also and tuber also. Okay, the economical part, the medicinal use is they are used for antiperiodics. Okay, they are used against the snake bites. Glory lilies are used to promote the labor pain. Glory lilies are used as abortifacient. Okay, clear? They are used to promote the labor pain. They are used as an abortifacient also, and they are also used as antiperiodic. Clear? Antiperiodic, labor pain, abortifacient. You must be clear enough to say that is glory lily. Glory lily, it has an alkaloid content. What is the alkaloid? Colchicine and gloriosine. Gloriosine and colchicine. Okay. If someone asks you about the medicinal plant which is used in the treatment of gut, okay, gut or any other periodic diseases, that is glory lily. Okay, the colchicine content is 0.15 to 0.3%. It is propagated through V-shaped rhizomes. Glory lily is propagated through V-shaped rhizomes. A sexual method of propagation is V-shaped rhizomes. Don't get confused, or biforked rhizomes. Among the different crops, hercogamy is observed here. Okay, in case of glory lily. Coming to another important medicinal crop, that is foxglove.
It's
okay.
promote the
Foxglove.
cross pollination, sir.
Yeah, you can read your base. Yeah. Coming to the next important one, that is foxglove. Foxglove, scientifically digitalis, that is digitalis. We have two species. One important species is digitalis lanata. Okay, digitalis lanata belongs to family Pentaginaceae, or Sclophleraceae. In some books it is given Sclophleraceae, and some books it is given Pentaginaceae. In exams, probably they will go for Sclophleraceae. The particular answer for that is Sclophleraceae is the correct one. It is renamed to Pentaginaceae is renamed as Sclophleraceae. So it is originated in Europe. Digitalis lanata. Okay, the economical part or the major medicinal value of this crop is, in case of digitalis, the economical part is leaves. Okay, among the different medicinal plants, which medicinal plant is life-saving medicine? Then you must go for this, because it is used in the treatment of heart diseases. Okay, it is used in the treatment of heart diseases. It is also called as life-saving medicine. Okay, the major lanetocytes. Okay, we can say lanetocytes. Don't get confused. Okay, cenocytes and lanetocytes. Lanetocytes comes to foxglove. Different types of lanetocytes are digitoxin, gitoxin, and digoxin. Okay, digitoxin, digitoxin, gitoxin, gitoxin, and then we have digoxin, digoxin. Among these three lanetocytes, digoxin is the important one. Digoxin is very much important, which is used in heart diseases. Kalme is another one. Andrographis paniculata. Okay, belongs to family Acanthaceae. It is called as king of bitter, India. Okay, Kalmex Andrographis paniculata belongs to family Acanthaceae, king of bitters, India. Andrographenoids are the major chemical constituents. Andrographenoid, one of the best antipyretic. What is antipyretic? Which reduces the body fever. Okay, which reduces the body temperature. Okay, it is one of the best antipyretic. The best antipyretic is Kalme Andrographis paniculata, belongs to family Acanthaceae, king of bitters, Indian origin. Okay, this is an Indian origin crop, Kalme. The variety in case of Kalme is Simmegha. Okay, as the name indicates, Kalmeg Simmegha belongs to Kalme. The next important medicinal crop is Safed Musli. Okay, Safed Musli, Chlorophytum burivilianum. Chlorophytum burivilianum belongs to family Liliaceae. Okay, roots are the economical part. Roots are the economical part. It has an alternate name of second silagid. That means it has a property of Viagra, alternative to Viagra. That means it has an tonic force, aphrodisiac. That means it acts as an aphrodisiac. It enhances the sexual potency. Okay. Chlorophytum burivilianum belongs to family Liliaceae. Roots are the economical part. Okay. Here we have one variety. Please remember the variety Sim Oj. OJ. Okay, Oj. Sim Oj is the variety belongs to Safed Musli. Sim Oj. And next another crop is Stevia. Stevia rabaudiana. REBAU rabaudiana belongs to family Asteraceae. Family is very much important. Stevia belongs to family Asteraceae. It is also called as honey plant. Okay, it is also called as sweetness reservoir. Okay, it is called as honey plant or a sweetness reservoir. Leaves are the economical part. It contains steviosoids, sennosoids, lannatosoids, and steviosoids. Clear differences you have now. Okay, steviosoids are around 3 to 10%. Okay, sweetness when compared to table sugar. Okay, we have around 250 times more here. It is the best plant for diabetes. That means it is an anti-diabetic plant. The best anti-diabetic plant is stevia. Okay, the medicinal plant. And then we have two varieties here. Sim Madhu, as the name indicates, Madhu means sweet, and the one is Sim Mitti. Sim Madhu and Sim Mitti. One more Indian origin crop that is important, medicinal value, it has a medicinal value, is Sarpagandha. Okay, Rauwolfia serpentina scientific name. Among the different medicinal plant, the recent introduction of medicinal plant into rare endangered threatened species is Sarpagandha. Okay, Rauwolfia serpentina is included in rare, endangered, and threatened list, whereas the one we cultivate is Rauwolfia tetraphylla. Okay, the one we grow here is Rauwolfia tetraphylla. Don't get confused. If you come across the name Rauwolfia tetraphylla and Rauwolfia serpentina, they are talking about Sarpagandha. It is Indian origin, belongs to family Apocynaceae. Okay, belongs to family Apocynaceae. 2n is equal to 22. 2n is equal to 22. One of the best medicinal plant for hypertension. Okay, its roots has ajumelacin and rasarpin. Roots are the economical part in case of Sarpagandha. It has ajumelacin and rasarpin. There is one variety called Simsheel. SHEEL. I repeat, Simsheel is a variety of Sarpagandha. Alkaloid content in root is around 2.4%. Root is the economical. With the same family, we have another crop, important crop, that is periwinkle, right? Catharanthus roseus. Periwinkle belongs to family Apocynaceae, originated in Madagascar. 2n is equal to 16. Okay. Sarpagandha 2n is equal to 22. Here it is 16. Same here also, we have ajumelacin and serpentine. Which among the medicinal plants which yield ajumelacin and serpentine means we can also go for periwinkle and Sarpagandha. Okay, but the major importance of periwinkle is vincristine and vinblastine. You might be knowing vincristine and vinblastines are particularly obtained from leaves, and the maximum content of vincristine is obtained from the roots. Okay, the maximum vincristine content is obtained in the leaves. It is also obtained in the roots, but the maximum content is obtained in the roots, 0.7%, whereas leaves it has 0.6%. Don't get confused. The maximum vincristine vinblastine content is extracted from roots. Okay, it is used as one of the best hypertensive or anti-cancerous plant. I can say it as anti-cancerous plant. We have two varieties, Nirmala, Dhavala, and Prabha. Three varieties in general. Nirmala Dhavala and Prabha. Dhaval is an mutated one. Mutated variety of periwinkle is Dhaval. Okay. And among the three different types, you might have observed that there are three different types in periwinkle. One is Catharanthus roseus variety alba, Catharanthus roseus variety roseus, and Catharanthus roseus variety oscillata, right? In case of alba, roseus, and oscillata, alba are white flowered one, roseus are pink flowered one. Okay, oscillata means white flower with pink dots. Among these three species, the highest alkaloid yielding is the roseus, pink colored one, the highest alkaloid. Another important one is the long pepper. Okay, Piper longum, which belongs to family Piperaceae. Yesterday we were dealing with this. Economic part is unripe spike. This is very much important. Unripe spike. Okay, the economical part is unripe spike. It has alkaloid content of piperine content, and alkaloid contents are generally extracted from unripe spikes. Okay, piperine contents are extracted from unripe pipes. We have one variety. You must remember the variety name Vishwam. Okay, Vishwam. It is also called as Chima Tippapalli. Okay, Chima Tippapalli, which is a selection. So if you get confused with the name, sometimes they may have Chima Tippali, sorry, not Tippali, it is Tippali, Chima Tippali. It is also called as Vishwam. Okay, it is a selection from Chima Tippali. Chima Tippali. Vishwam variety you have to remember. Other than this, we have other variety called medicinal plant like sweet flag, Acorus calamus, Araceae family. Economical part are dried roots, Indian origin. It is semi-aquatic plant. You must know the semi-aquatic plant and also stemless herb, right? Stemless herb is isabgol, whereas semi-aquatic plant is sweet flag, Acorus calamus, belongs to family Araceae. Dried roots are the economical parts. Acorone are the medicinal properties. They are best expectorants are the one which are generally used for the remedy of your lung diseases. They are generally used for your remedy of asthma. They are generally used for remedy of any lung diseases. Clear? Expectorants.
Sir, semi-aquatic plant name, sir.
Acorus calamus, sweet flag. That's what I'm discussing now. Okay. Glycoside bitter principle. It has. I'm getting echo of my voice. Jiva Alango, can you please mute? Then we have the glycoside bitter principle, that is acorine. Acorine is the glycoside bitter principle which is used for the expectorants, which is used in the treatment of asthma. And another last very small crop, but we have several medicinal crops, but these are the major important one. Okay, one important another last medicinal crop is Google. Google belongs to family Burseraceae, Comifera mucula. Okay, Comifera mucul, MUKUL, and these Google, the economic part is oleogum resins. Okay, don't get confused. The economical part is oleogum resins. There is one variety called Marsuda. Okay, there is one variety called Marsuda. These oleogum resins are one of the best used against the treatment of. These oleogum resins are one of the best medicinal plants. They are used in the treatment of obesity or arthritis. So the medicinal plant which is used for the treatment of arthritis or obesity is Google. Okay, Comifera mucul.
What is the name, sir? Name of the plant?
Google, G-U-G-A-L. Google. You can pronounce it as Google, G-U-G-G-J-A-L. Okay, Comifera mucul.
Sir,
Yeah.
Sir, what is the name of variety of Google?
Marsuda, M-A-R-A-S-U-D-H-A. Okay, Marsuda. These are the major medicinal and aromatic crops and their major importance on the examination point of view. If you have, and you must also have one more crop that I have forgot to say, that is licorice. You might have heard the name called licorice, Glyceria glabra scientifically. Okay, belongs to family Leguminaceae, and the importance here is it is used for the peptic ulcers. Okay, glycyrrhizin. Whenever you get the ulcers, we apply glycyrrhizin to the mouth, right? So they are used in the peptic ulcers. The medicinal plant which is used to cure the peptic ulcer is glycyrrhizin, that is Glyceria glabra, belongs to family Papiniaceae. Okay, here the economical part of licorice is dried roots. Okay, roots are the economical part, and underground stem. I can call it as underground stem or a root.
The scientific name of Ocimum.
Ocimum, we have different species. That's what I was saying, right? We have two classes. One is Ocimum sanctum and Ocimum basilicum. Under them, we have different species like Ocimum kilimanjaro, Ocimum Ocimum virida, and all those things. In general, the Ocimum has Ocimum basilicum and Ocimum sanctum. Coleus variety, I have said you, I series is the one variety you have to remember, which has a high first choline content of 0.7%. In case of stevia, I have said you, right? Sim Madhu and Maduras, right? Sim Madhu and another one is Mithya. Stevia Robodiana, Sim Mithya and Sim Madhu.
Sir, in Isabgol you have told that something 40 to 60%. What does that it mean?
Sorry, come again.
Sir,
In Isabgol, Isabgol 40 to 60%. I was saying you about the water retention capacity. Okay, the seed husks are best for anti-diarrheal, right? They are used in the treatment of diarrhea and dysenteries. That means they can absorb the amount of water. The amount of water that they can absorb is around 40 to 60.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, what is the variety of Safed Musali?
Simoj. Simoj.
Okay, sir.
Sir, which disease treated by Google? Google is used for the treatment of obesity and arthritis. Sim Madhu is the variety of stevia. Okay, Marasuda variety of Google released from which institute? Marasuda is released from, but I need to check. I don't know. Sorry. And then what were Arka Sanjeevani? Arka Sanjeevani is a cross between Glaxo mutant into Bark mutant. Okay, Arka Sanjeevani is a cross between Glaxo mutant into Bark mutant.
Sir, what is the medicinal property of Sarpagandha, sir?
Medicinal property you have to say, or a medicinal use?
Medicinal use.
Medicinal. Yeah, Sarpagandha is generally used for hypertension treatment. Okay, it is an anti-hypertension treatment. That is, it is used for the treatment of hypertension.
Okay, sir.
So what is the spineless variety of medicinal solanum, sir?
Bark mutant and Glaxo mutant. These two are the spineless varieties. And Akka Mahima is also a spineless, that is a spine. But spineless, pure spineless is Glaxo mutant and Sarco mutant. Noni is generally used for immune system enhancing, and also it is generally used for diabetes also. It is used in several disease management.
Alkaloid contained in ashwagandha?
Ashwagandha oil colloid content is 0.13 to 0.31%. 0.13 to 0.31%. So what are the three lanoticides? Yeah, lanoticides I was saying you, digoxin, okay, digitoxin, gigoxin and digoxin. Clear? What is the name of the plant which is commonly called as honey plant? That's what I was saying you, right? Honey plant generally called as stevia. Honey plant is generally called as stevia.
What is anti-asthma plant?
Sorry?
Which plant is known for anti-asthmatic property?
Anti-asthmatic property.
Yes, sir.
So asthma treatment, right?
Yes, sir.
So we can, 1 minute. If you give the options, I can go further because there are several crops which have that. Among the crop which we have decided, right? Expectorants, which is the best expectorant?
Sweet flag.
Sweet flag.
Sweet flag. Yeah, sweet flag can also be an anti-expectorant, asthma plant. Any other expectorant we have decided? We have discussed today?
Foxglove.
Foxglove, no. Foxglove is exclusively for heart disease. If you get a bird foxglove, then you need to go for heart disease, life-saving drug.
Sir, what is expectorant?
Expectorants are those drugs which are used to reduce the coughs or any mucus accumulation in your lung and in your upper thoracic regions. Okay, whatever cough syrup that you consume, they are expectorants. They reduce the amount of mucus secretion or mucus accumulation in your upper thorax or in your lungs.
Okay, sir.
Kalpa Shri prefix Kalpa is released from which institute and care? That we'll see tomorrow. Annotation we have tomorrow, right? Yeah. And another button. Can you please tell about fixative oils? The fixative oil I was saying, Patchouli oil is the best fixative oil. Then we have a vetiver oil is the best fixative oil. Sir, for fixative property, which plant is used? Patchouli and vetiver are the one. Okay. Sir, Kalmeg is called as king of bitters. Sir, family of sweet plant, Araceae. Okay, Araceae. That is the rhizomatous plant, right? So Araceae, A-R-E. Any varieties of what is the last one? Satavari. Satavari is.
Sir, can you explain what is fixative purpose? Fixative means what?
Fixative means, say example, what is the major property of an aromatic oil? Aromatic oils are, why they are aromatic oil? What is the major differentiating between aromatic oil and an edible oil? They are evaporative in nature. That means they get evaporated fastly and they are very less fixative. That means they cannot be fixed in a particular state. So you have to fix them with some other oils. For example, if I say lavender oil, or if I say rose oil, so it has a higher amount of evaporation. So you are not to fix them, you can go for other fixatives like vetiver oil, or you can go for patchouli oil. The best fixative is vetiver oil. Okay, sorry, patchouli oil.
So sandalwood oil is also used for that. What is your opinion?
Sandalwood oil is also used as a fixative, but sandalwood oil is even too costly when compared to other oils. So the oil extraction from sandalwood is too costly, right? So you can't make it as a fixative there.
Okay, sir.
Any varieties of satavari? Satavari is nothing but asparagus. Asparagus racemosus belongs to family Liliaceae asparagus, and it is its variety Simshakti. Remember a variety Simshakti.
So the varieties that uses sim as prefix, so from where they were released?
Simap Lucknow. Any other questions?
Sir, in aromatic crops, what is meant by attar, sir?
Attars are nothing but they are high grade perfumes. That means with a stronger basis. That means they have a higher perfumery actions. That means if you use a perfume, then you can just put a point drop of that, so it becomes an attar.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Yeah, please.
sir, which is stemless medicinal plant?
Isabgol, Plantago ovata, Plantago cilium. Can you tell about cinchona? Cinchona, actually I thought of covering it under medicinal plant. Sorry, this one plantation crop. Cinchona, it is an bark yielding medicinal crop. It is also called as one of the medicinal crop. It is the best for malaria. That is an anti-malarial. One of the best anti-malarial is cinchona. Okay, the medicinal property in case of medicinal compound in case of cinchona is quinons, Cinchona ledgeriana, Cinchona ciceruba officinalis. There are still many more species. You remember Cinchona officinalis and ciceruba. And what you have to remember is Cinchona quinons are the medicinal property, belongs to family Rubiaceae, and economic part is bark. Okay, it is the best anti-malarial crop. That's about cinchona. Synthetic vanillin is prepared from clove or cinnamon, sir. Clove. Okay, then musabar is the right answer. Yeah, musabar it is generally called in case of aloe vera. It has been given in some textbooks. The dried latex is called musabar.
Sir, Vidania Somni for the use.
Ashwagandha, what is the major use that you have to say? Ashwagandha is very much important. Ashwagandha is used. Ashwagandha is one of the best aphrodisiac property. It has the best aphrodisiac properties.